be live. I think the audio is all routed properly. Tookie Boy, welcome on in. Devil's Nectar, gross. How dare all of you? How dare all of you? It's amazing. It's so good. Salty and delicious and a little bit sweet too. A little bit of that clam flavor. I love it. I love that shit. Right there with poutine. Wait, you don't like poutine either? Oh my God. See, I can understand the clamato, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I can understand the poutine. Poutine is so good and it's so customizable. I'm a simple man. I like just a classic, just a nice classic pout. Just some cheese curds and some of that poutine gravy. It's a little bit different than regular gravy. D-Mancia, welcome in. Just odd. Bro, it's fries, poutine sauce, and cheese curds. More clamato for us. Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have it in the States? Can you get it down there? Good to see you, Priscilla, by the way. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Let's see. I'm just going to throw on the old liked songs. There's been a lot of good shit on here. Let's start with... This is a banger. It's so good, especially with beer. Oh my God. That's my favorite way to have a beer for sure, is with clamato. Demolish a large container in less than 2 days. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a person with taste right there. You drink it straight? Do you ever have your beer with it, Priscilla? Okay, I think I just did. Let's just make sure. Yes. Okay. So, but excuse me. I was fixing a couple bugs right before the stream. Yeah, so it's like you don't do half and half. That's way too much. It's like you do, if you have a pint of beer, like usually they'll bring it in, you know, those little kind of like decanters or whatever that they'll bring you like a wine refill in. It'll be like that amount, like maybe 4 ounces or whatever. So they'll bring you the pint, and then usually I take a couple sips of the pint to bring the level down, and then you pour the clamato in. Oh my God, it's so good. Straight, pure, and uncut. Oh, raw. Let's go. Philly cheesesteak poutine. Oh my God. I haven't had supper yet. I always get so damn hungry on stream. Okay, yeah, we're fixing some bugs. Where are we at? Let's just run it and see. Oh, you know what? I have to recompile it first. Oh, no, we're good. I got a crab. We got a new enemy now. He's got a new... oh, yeah. You know what? You can't hear that. Let me... Real quick, let me just... I got to turn that off so I don't get screwed on YouTube. Swap this out. All right. I'm not sure about the like the rhythm yet. And I haven't animated the crab. He's going to do like a... And I'd like to get a little... I think I need to get a tone in there to differentiate... the two like notes. There we go. So that's coming. That's coming along. It is off the American Psycho soundtrack. Yep. Yeah, the clapping sounds good. I do want to get like a bit of a tone in there though, so the two sounds sound different. They technically are different. Like if you just play, you can barely tell. So I need to make that a little bit different. You know, I'm gonna just throw on some royalty-free background music on YouTube. That way I won't get in trouble. And then I can just have the game audio as well. Chill background, sure. There we go. Yeah. And I want him to like I'm not exactly sure how I'll do this yet. I'm going to let's find him here. Turn that down a little more. Was it crab 2 or just crab? I can't remember. I think crab 2. Yeah. I might just because I want him to do like both claws. So I have the frames where his claws closed and the frames where his claws open. And then I want to also have him like for the one note go and then the other one have the other arm up. A really like dead simple, easy way to do that is by just like having him flip horizontally. I'm gonna try that and see how it feels and looks. But if it looks a little too cheap and janky, I'll have to like draw some other frames where his arm's actually up on the other side. So yeah, lots to do. And then also I will need to get it so that like some enemies might have like 4 or 5 different notes and like the crab only has 2. So I need that little like that track with the music notes on it to adjust based on the total number of notes. So we're getting there. It's just a lot of little hacking away. Hot sauce and lime juice. Like a flamenco. Exactly. Doing some of this shit. Hot sauce and lime juice. What kind of hot sauce you putting in there? Cholula, Tabasco, Valentina. I love Cholula and Valentina. Those are great sources. All right. So what was I working on here? What was my last? Right. I think I just got it working so that all the messages. Let's see what happens if I don't kill the crab. Oh. That should say the crab ate your ass and gaped you. Yep, that's all working. But this, okay, this also needs to change. So when you lose, maybe we could work on that right now, actually. Let's take a look at the to-do list here. So yeah, dynamic track size, note duration per enemy, note width based on this. I gotta do that. I'm gonna get a new font eventually. Enemy class, I did that. UI editor, I might not do that. This MIDI file parsing system, that'll be a bigger job. And then more scenes. Still just working on the battle, making sure the battle's looking and feeling good. Tapatio Valentino, hell yeah. That sounds kind of good. I kind of want to try it. Oh, by the way, this is kind of exciting. So I didn't know this. But, so I thought you had to get to 50 reviews on Steam. Thought you had to get 50 reviews on Steam to get your rating. But I think I'm wrong. I think you need 50 reviews to get a very positive. But you only need 10 reviews to get your rating. So we got the 10th review on Spaceman. We got the rating. Thanks to, who was the last? This guy, Proggy Gaming. He gave us our 10th review. So we got our official positive rating on Steam. That's nice. Feels good. Now we just got to get that 50 so we can get that very positive or whatever. But hell yeah. Feels good. Feels good to have 10. It's pretty cool. Okay, I hate this like epic. Ugh. No, thank you. Let's find something different. I think we've done this one a bunch of times. Let's go. Hell yeah. So thank you to the reviewers. I really appreciate that. If Proggy pops in today or tomorrow, we'll have to hug him. We'll have to French kiss him. Okay, let's work on that dynamic track size. Maybe we should do that. Or the crab animation. Let's do the track size. It's more of like a system-y thing. Once that's built out, it'll feel good. So, all right. Whoopsies. So let's look at what we got here. So resources. Numbly. Okay, what actually happens if I change? You know what? So each enemy should have. I think what we'll do is this. We'll give each enemy a excuse me. We'll give each enemy a number of lanes. Sean Beats, what is up, dude? My man, thank you for those 150 bits. I appreciate that. One do string, I'll take it. Chilaquiles and a michelada. Are you still out of town there, Solo? One thing Regina lacks, we have a lot of really good Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Indian food. But we got nothing really for Mexican food. There's one taco place it's pretty good, but it's like you can get better tacos like on the street in Austin, you know. Like they're not bad, but they're not great. Okay, so what we can do is we'll just give so we got name, short name, base pals. We'll just say num lanes or num notes. Let's go num lanes. Okay, and then the maggot is gonna have 3. We did it after note width. And the crab will have 2. All right, and then when we actually create our track, which I think gets created in battle. And then what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll go boom. Oops. Enemy.num lanes. All right, let's see what happens. Back home driving someone crazy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sean, how are you doing? Let's get a shout out for Sean Beats. Everybody follow Sean. Good friend of the channel. Games, makes beats. Okay, so the track is creating itself properly. Let's see what happens with these notes. Damn, it turns out I've already done this. That is tight. Maya Stellar, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Okay, that's dope. What happens if I give the crab... I love it when I forget I've done something and I'm like, hell yeah. If I give it 4, what's gonna happen? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, of course, man. Maya Stellar, welcome in. How are you doing? We are working on a rhythm game here today. Man, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, that's sick. The track's working. It's working great. Amazing. Okay, well that's dope. I was thinking this is going to be like this big difficult thing to do. Dynamic track size, number of lanes. Boom. Okay. Let's set the crab back to 2 lanes. All right. Okay. Well, then let's work on the crab animation. Let's start with this. Let's start with just getting the... Oh, you know what? There is actually another thing I got to do. Right now, the battle class, I think it's hard-coded. Yeah. So what we're going to have to do is come up with some sort of system where a certain lane will trigger a certain animation per enemy. So I have to use a map or something like that, because what I'll have to do is the battle will just call set animation, and then you'll pass in the lane, and then each enemy have an animation associated with a certain lane, something like that. Stream recommended. Decided to give it a visit. Hell yeah, welcome on in. Yeah, it is. And it's like, when it's good, it's so good. Taco Bell. Yeah, we got Taco Bell here. Never mind. What am I talking about? We have world-class Mexican food up here. All right. Okay, that's something we can do. So so we build the animations. This might be a use for a map. I haven't used a map yet in C++. Good for clearing the pipes. All right. Let me think here. Maybe what we'll do... Let me read about... standard map. I think it's just key value pairs, basically, right? Yeah, string and int. It's exactly what we would do, pretty much, I think. So then each key value pair is just in a curly braces. Okay, let's give this a shot. I think maybe I know what to do, how to get this to work. So let's just go here. We'll go standard map, and it'll be int and string. And let's just say anim map. I guess, I don't know. Expected. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to, what header is it in? Map. There we go. So int first and then string, is that what we want? Oops. And then we'll pass in, excuse me, pass in an int from here. Yeah. Okay, so let's just do we'll just do the maggot first since we already have those animations. Okay, and then we'll do this. So we'll do .anim map. And ints can be negative. So I wonder if I could set -1 to be like the default, and then just have each other animation set based on the number of the lane that's pressed. That would be pretty clean, I think, if that works. It should work because you can have. Is int signed or unsigned by default? C++. Oops. Jesus Christ. Fucking type. There we go. Got cheese. Ints are signed by default. This means they can. Okay, perfect. Okay, so then I think it should just be this, right? So that's our map, and then each pair, key value pair in the map is going to be this. It's going to be int. So we'll go -1 default, and then we'll do. Now, what are they actually called? These animations. Dead, OE, and ah. Oh yeah, you know what? Dead is also going to be one. I mean, I guess we could do -1 for default. I don't know. Ah, no. Maybe that's not the best way. So, okay. So when we press the... Play this down, set the thing. Like there's got to be a way to get from just the value, integer value of the lane that we're pressing to the actual, to the animation. What do you got? You got cheese, music, and banjo. Is that the 3 that you found? A Klarna account, 4 installments. Man, we got, so we have, there's a some of the old ones aren't there anymore. I couldn't remember them all either. Some of them, there's some new ones though, for sure. Okay, maybe let's not worry about. No, we do need to worry about default. Maybe we could have an overloaded. Okay, I have an idea. We'll see if this works. We could have an overloaded function that either takes a string or a lane, and then we can pass the lane when we don't know the exact name of the animation that we want to set. And then when we do just want to set it to default or dead, then we can just, and I'll just make sure that all the enemies have one animation called default and one called dead. And then the rest of them will just be based on lane. So let's try this. Let's see. So we'll do, so 0 is going to be so let's try that. Okay, so 0 and the animation is and then we'll have 1 is E, so 1 and E, and then 2 and I think it's O, right? Yes. Okay, and then let's go -1 for default. This might be kind of weird, but we'll see if we can get it working first. And then let's just say -2 for dead. Okay, and then in our actual battle box, we'll go here, and then set animation. We're going to overload this one to also take an int. We'll just call it lane. Oops. And then we'll define, Jesus Christ, we'll define that one. Int lane. Okay, and then I also need to do this in here. Name, music time in seconds per beat. Okay, we'll overload this as well. Let's go into lane and pass all that other shit, and then go here. Middle, battle, erect, set animation. And then it's int lane, and we'll still pass music time. And I think seconds per beat. Okay, sprite set animation. So here's where we're going to use our map. So, you know what? We'll actually have to pass the enemy as well. Lane, and we'll go, whoops. Okay, and then in here. Enemy. Oops. Okay, so then now how do you actually get the values out of a map here? So So is it, let's see. So this is for string int pairs. So it should just be square bracket accessor, right? So then we would go, it would be sprite.setAnimation. Or let's do this. We do anim name equals enemy.animMap lane, right? I think. And then we would just do sprite.setAnimation anim name music time seconds per beat. Okay, and then oh yeah, okay. So then we would go was it middle rect dot set animation, and it would be lane, right? Hold up, this one int lane, and then enemy, oops, and battle has yeah, that should work, I think, right? Oh wait, no, BattleBox has enemy as a member, so we don't have to pass it there. I don't think. We can just pass that, right? And then middle rect, what's going on here? Oh yeah, and then we pass music time and seconds per beat. Okay. Okay, and then now in actual battle, we'll try this. So let's go battle box. Whoops. Dot set animation, and then we'll go lane. Oh yeah, we might not even have to do the switch statement anymore. Let's see. Let's try this. Oops. Oh, Jesus. BattleBox dot set animation lane. Okay. We got the maggot. Yeah, okay. Let's see if this works. Nothing should have changed. So we'll see. Roman from Czech, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Molasses. George camera, keyboard, molasses, England, Germany. Oh my god, I got to get England and Germany back in there. Those are my favorite places in the world to make fun of. It's NeoVim, baby. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what we broke. Nice. Works great. Amazing. Okay, that's awesome. That's actually, that wasn't too bad, right? And then when my yeah, because then we can just set the animation. So we can use set animation either with an integer or a string now. That's fucking sweet. That's actually sick as hell. I've never actually used a function overloading before. That's my first time. Dope. Okay, awesome. So what did we do? We did maggot animations mapped to lanes. Okay, so now let's work on the crab. So let's work on the actual animations themselves here. Thank you, Roman from Czech. It's very, very early. My my kind of vision is that it's going to be like a top-down RPG, classic like adventure, top-down adventure thing, with turn-based combat. But instead of turn-based, it's going to be this like rhythm-based thing. And so each enemy will have like different melodies that you have to play. I only have the maggot and I have this crab guy here. So, I can show you the crab right now. But he's not really animated yet. I have this like static default animation, so it's like it's 3 frames. It's technically animated, but it's like they don't do anything, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean. But I don't have the actual, like I want him to clack his claw here. I gotta adjust the timing of that first of the ta-ta. It's a little bit late. Just giant enemy crab. You'd be so down to play it. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. As soon as I have a couple enemies and like a bit of an overworld you can walk around, I think I'll start putting it on itch and just getting people to play it. But the last game I made, I like did barely any play testing, and like I didn't do play testing until it was basically done. I don't have a setup command. I should, but what are you wondering about? I can just tell you. Right now I'm working, this is just on my Mac Mini. I can tell you about my mics. I can tell you about computers, cameras, whatever. Okay, so yeah, let's work on this. Not experienced at all. I've released 1 game. I'm gonna shamelessly plug my first game. Let me just pause the music here. So my first game, I've been making games as a hobby for about 5 years, but I never really released anything. Released 1 tiny little game on itch, but so this is my first like Steam game here. It's just like a classic old space shooter.
Spaceman, this fast.
Spaceman, now available on Steam. Do you have what it takes?
That's like a 1-to-1 remake of an old Super R-Type ad me and my buddy made. Here's more of a gameplay trailer. But it's just a classic space shooter. It's very short. It's just 1 level and a boss fight, basically. It's $2 on Steam. Exclamation point game. But this was my, like, I just needed to finish a project because I've started so many projects and finished none of them. So I needed to make something small and just release it just to, like, I don't know. I just felt like that's what I had to do. And I'm so glad I did. I think it turned out okay. That one was made in Love 2D. This is my first C++ project I've ever done. I'm still learning C++, so the progress is a little bit slow. I keep getting down, like, I'll sit down to do some programming and then I'll start thinking about, like, pointers or, like, const references and this kind of shit, and then I'll end up just asking ChatGPT a bunch of questions. But I've been enjoying C++ so far. I've never done, like, static typing or any of that kind of shit. You get back home from work, you buy it. Hey, I appreciate that very much. Thank you. We just actually just today, we hit 10 reviews, so now I have a rating. It's positive. But yeah, so this is the next one. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, hold up. I missed it there. You know what? I wonder if I can add. I got to add a chat message back from a follow. Where the hell is it? Activity feed. Roman was the follow. I probably could have guessed that. Thank you for the follow, my dude. Let's see here. Can I think you can do this, right? New event. Follow. Yeah, there we go. Let's add a chat message. I'll send it from streamer. I think it's just $sign username. And then we'll do boom, 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 boom. Cool. All right. I shouldn't miss those anymore. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Thank you for checking out the game. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's actually now try and build these crab animations. So first we'll just get, because I already have the ones with his open claw and his closed claw. Let's see if we can just make him open and close the claw at the appropriate time. And then we'll worry about getting him to switch arms and stuff like that. Bit scared about pointers, starting to learn C. Yeah, it's you know what, man? I was really intimidated by it. Like I started in Game Maker, and then I moved to Godot, but both of those are like high level, like dynamic type languages or whatever. And I had like read about pointers, and I've heard that they're so tricky and stuff like that. And this project, I was going to use C# because I was like, okay, C# is like one step closer to like the low level stuff like C or C++, but it's still garbage collected. So you just kind of got to worry about static typing and like compiling, but not really about pointers and references and shit. And then I was just like, fuck it. I'll just go straight to C++. And it's actually not that bad. It's really like when you use pointers, at least, for example, like, so all of my images in the game, they all exist in this, where are we here? In this resources class. And resources basically loads all of these textures, and then it unloads them when it goes out of scope. And resources is in scope for the whole game. So really all the pointers are doing is like, for example, I'll just show you the crab here. Wait, we'll go here. So each enemy has a texture 2D pointer called texture. And really all that is just like, instead of copying that texture and like reloading it and unloading it, you're kind of just like loading it once, and then anywhere that wants to reference it, you use a pointer to that texture. So it just forces you to sort of think about like where does each thing live, and then you're using pointers to kind of like share those resources among other things without having to duplicate them. Does that make sense? And then that's also true for other types. Like, so if like my enemy has like it has this name value, right, that enemy owns. If I'm ever passing that name somewhere else and I don't want to modify it or whatever, you use a reference, which in C, it's like a type of pointer in C++. So it just kind of makes you think of like what classes or what parts of your program own resources or like fields or whatever, if that makes sense. And once you start thinking that way, it's actually not too bad. And there's like the syntax and everything's a little bit weird, and I still get a little bit confused sometimes, but I've only been writing C++ for like a month maybe, and it's already clicking. Like it's not as hard as I expected it to be. What's your language of choice at the moment? Okay, let's make some crab animations. So, oops. Call it build crab anims. Okay, so first I gotta see. Where's my crab? Is it just? Yeah, I gotta re-export the crab. And actually, I want to move. These over here. Okay, and then we'll export. Wait, hold on a second. Crab 2, do I have? Just have crab. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right. So the first 3 frames from 0 to 2 seconds per beat. That gives us the timing. 176 and 112. Now is that? Do I have that? Whoops. What am I doing? Okay, these should definitely be static. We'll just call this width, I guess, or yeah, whatever. 176. Oh. Okay, and then width, height, and then this one will be called default. And we just want one more for the crab. So it'll be from 3 to 5, right? Width, height, and we'll just call this claw open. Learn JavaScript 6 months. Decided to tackle C2. You don't know computers think and work. Want to be smarter and cooler. Dude, that's the exact same journey that I was on. I started like high level, like with the more basic stuff. And I was just like, whoa, this is like, I don't know about you. I didn't grow up writing code or whatever. Like I started over COVID. So it's just been a couple of years. And I was like, wow, this is actually fucking cool as shit. And then, Yeah, so it's been the same thing. I'm like every project I try and get just like a little bit lower and lower level just to learn more. Like making games is almost just an excuse to like learn more about coding. quick crank. I don't know why he's like that. Sick bastard. Crawbot, you sick bastard. Okay, so I just want to see now if... Let's just see if his claw opens. It might not be in time with the stuff, but let's just see if these animations are working. Oh, actually, I just fucked up. Another thing I got to do is get an incremental build going, because every time I make a little change, I gotta wait. Gotta wait for these goddamn compile times. Excuse me. Time is it? 8 o'clock. Okay, we got another 30 to 60 minutes here, I think. Anna's starting to get the girls ready for bed. I'll have to go read to Sadie in a little bit. Okay, so he should open his thing. Nope. Okay. So. Oh, because we didn't do the map. I wonder if we could build this map automatically. I'm going to put that in my to-do list. It might be... Instead of having to hard code every map, it'd be cool if I could just make the animations and then have it get auto mapped. Automatically build anim map for each enemy. Okay, but for now we'll just hard code it. Okay, so how did this work again? So it's int first, right? So 0 will be there's two notes. What did we click? Claw open. Claw open, and then we'll do excuse me, sorry, I'm still yakking. They're still hacking away here. We'll do claw open for both lanes, and then we'll set we'll go -1 can be default again. All right, let's see. Dude, I would love that. I play in a band as a living, but I got back surgery like a year ago and I'm off tour. And so this has been just my sort of like keep me sane thing in the meantime. But I've fallen in love with it so hard. I would love to be able to make some money making games. Okay, so it still doesn't seem to be changing. Do we have... Make sure it's the right texture. What am I doing? Resources. Crab sprites / crab.png. Make sure I didn't screw up the... Should be 6 frames, right? Yep. Yeah, so the anim map actually isn't the image. It's I can show you here. So I have an animation class. that I wrote. And basically what it does is you give it a start frame and end frame. So each enemy can have one image can have multiple animations associated with it. Basically what it does is it counts down. You give it like a how much time should elapse between frames. It counts down and then goes to the next frame, essentially. You give it like a minimum frame and a maximum frame, and then how long it should stay on each frame, essentially. So for the maggot, I'll actually switch. Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll switch back to the maggot because the maggot one's actually working. So for the maggot, from frames 0 to 2, I have this seconds per beat that I calculated already, which is like basically it should switch every beat based on the BPM of the music. You give it the width and the height, and then you give it a name, default. So this one has dead, default, dead, OE, and ah. And then what the actual anim map is it's corresponding an animation name with one of the lanes on the track that the music notes come down. So I'll show you what I mean. So I just got to compile it here. Yeah, I've been working on this project for a month, maybe, or so. So if we look at this again, let's look at our map here. So lane 0, which is I always forget, lane 0 is the top lane. It's going to play it should associate it with the ah animation. Lane 1, which is the second one, should associate with the E animation. And then lane 2 should associate with the O animation. So if I hit that button at the right time on the right note, it should play. Whoop. And you can see his mouth changes based on the lane. So that's the animation that's being played. And then it switches to the dead animation there, where there's eyes or X's. So, but I'm not exactly sure why it's not working for the crab. Okay, so 0 and 1, because there's 2 lanes. So what we'll do here is, let's just throw some print statements. Top-down fantasy RPG is what I got in my head. Yeah, classic, kind of like there's four areas. You got to go to each area and collect like a key item. I'm a big Zelda fan, so similar to that. Boxes are round on YouTube. Welcome in. Do I write the music for the game? Yes, I use FL Studio. I'll open it up here and show you. However, FL Studio does seem to chop up my stream a little bit. When I have all my streaming apps open and then I open FL Studio, that seems to be a bit of a problem. But let's give it a shot and see here. If it gets too choppy, we'll just shut it down. Shut FL Studio down. But I don't know if you've used like a MIDI workflow before, but it's quite simple. Here, let me pause YouTube. How are we for choppiness here? Actually looks okay. Hold up, I got 2. We can mute this guy. We'll turn all these back on. So it's really simple. So it's just like a bunch of these different instruments. You have a piano roll for each one. You just drop the notes in. Oh. How do you, whoops, fuck. How do I get rid of this time selection here? How the hell do you get rid of that damn time select here? We'll just go. There we go. There's the other crab. So just each of these instruments, you just plop them into the piano roll. So that's the bass there. What's number 2? Oh yeah, that's drums. Where's my... That's this one, I think. I got a little MIDI keyboard here. So one of the things that I want to do eventually, right now I have, so if we go to enemies here, so I actually type in, so for the maggot that like, I actually type in each note, what lane it's going to be on, and then what beat that note should land on. But what I'd like to do is be able to just like plop something into my MIDI, go here to file, export the MIDI file, and then just parse that MIDI file to get the note and the beat. Feet. Yeah. Don't mind our bot, he's an asshole. I like took piano and guitar lessons as a kid, and I do music for a living. So music's pretty natural. That's kind of why I wanted to go with this like rhythm based kind of a thing. And the theme of the game is gonna have like, it's gonna be sort of a musical theme. It's gonna be kind of part of the plot. Whoop. Looks so complicated. It's actually not that. It's not as complicated as you think. Yeah. You just plop the fucking notes in. So you just like, I'll just play something on my piano, and then I can see, you know, it shows me here what I'm playing. So if I want to do, let's just start a brand new project here. So let's make, or wait here, let's do a empty one. So we'll just add this,
Into a rippling heap of muscle glory.
Cruise 30 months. Let's go, dude. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Cruise. Thank you for the resub, bro. I really appreciate that. Okay, we'll throw in that chip synth. I like that one. This guy here. So if I want to do, here we'll go poly. Let's see, what's the tempo? Go 110. 110 is the BPM of the other song in the game. Whoop. Oh boy, one. So let's say I want to start with that, right? what I'll do, you can record too, which is easy. So what I'll do is I'll go record. Let's see. Did it work? Open the piano roll. So now it's plopped in there, but my timing's probably shitty. So what you can do is you can just take these notes and you go quantize, quick quantize, and then we'll play it here. This one goes a little bit too long. This one's off time. Okay, and then we can add something else. So we'll add another, we'll add that chip synth again. We'll pick a different, I don't know, bajoing lead. What's this? That's an ugly sound. Let's pick something different. What else do we got? I don't like any of these. Sorry, I got to put some cooldowns in there. So we can record that if we want that. Now, how, I wonder, yeah, let's go here, boom. Did that record? Let's see. I might have fucked up because the pattern might not repeat at the same. Here, I know what we got to do. We got to go. The Frog King. That actually, this does sound kind of froggish, doesn't it? So it should be. So actually, it should start where I started it. This will just extend. You can just copy notes and just paste them. And you just kind of build it up a little bit at a time. All right, let's see how this sounds all together. And the cool thing is, let's say I don't like this. You just switch them out like as you're going. So it's actually pretty easy. And there you go. Now we got another. The Frog King. I like that. That does sound froggy. You bought Spaceman on Steam, dude. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. If you like it, please leave a review. We just hit 10 today. So we got that positive rating on Steam. Pixel, what's up, dude? So yeah, but I like that. I like the Frog King. So boxes are round. Yeah, it's not that bad. And then you just end up layering stuff, right? So the other one, I'm gonna save this actually because that's kind of. I'm gonna call it Frog King actually. I'll call it roguelike. Initially, I thought this game was going to be a roguelike, so that's what like the name of the game is in all my project files. But it's not going to be a roguelike. It's going to be RPG. Create new project folder. Yes. Where should I move it to? Sure. Save it there. But then, yeah. So the other one is just like, it's quite simple. Where's roguelike battle? So this one's got a little more shit in it, but it's just a bunch of different instruments doing different little things. Pixel, it's good to see you, dude. How are you doing? You give it a review? Hey, thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. Hell yeah. Anyways, little rabbit hole, but yeah, it's not that bad. FL Studio, I recommend FL Studio. This is the producer edition. I think it was like $200, one-time payment, no subscription. And it has a lot of really, really dope built-in instruments. Works on Windows and Mac, but I don't think it works on Linux. Fight song, just default fight music. Right now, there's just so here I'm trying to figure out how exactly to structure it. I think like for each area, there'll maybe be 2 or 3 sort of like bass songs, but then each enemy will have a different like melody in that song, if that makes sense. So I'll show you how this works. So the maggot, so it has this bass music, but then he sings that da 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 da. Right. And then the crab. Oh wait, what the hell? Oh, I just got to recompile. So the crab, it's the same like bass music, but then he has a different like melody, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna like switch up the. I don't know how. I don't know. I have to still develop kind of that part. So this guy just like. He like claps his claws or whatever, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'll have. I don't know if it'll just be that one bass song per area, and then just variations on that, or if there'll be maybe like 1 to 3 sort of bass songs that are a little bit different. I don't know. I still have to like play with that and fuck around with it. Yeah, it's good. I think you can get a free version of FL Studio as well if you just want to piss around, but it doesn't have all the instruments. But you can also find just free virtual instruments online. Like I think I had the free version before I bought it, and it was actually pretty good. Yeah, so you can go just Google FL Studio, try the free version. I can't remember how it works, if it's a month free trial or if it's just like a version without a bunch of instruments, but it's fun to just piss around with. Alex, good to see you, dude. Welcome on in. Exactly. Yeah. So the way that I'm doing it is to kill the enemy, you don't have to hit every note. I thought maybe that would be too punishing. But then I also didn't want there to be a situation where you like I didn't want there to be a situation where players like don't try and hit all the notes, if that makes sense. So there's still incentive. So pelts are going to be like the currency, at least right now. That's how I'm thinking about it in the game. And then so there's incentive to actually hit every note. If you get rid of all the white squares, you kill the enemy. And then the green, it'll count back up from the greens, and then that's your extra pelts. And then so they'll drop, like, they'll have a base number of pelts that they drop, and then the extras here. But again, this is all super, super early. So as I play it and as more people play it, all this might change, but looking so good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been trying to juice it. I'm trying to juice it. Small you win jingle. That's actually a pretty good idea. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because right now there's another thing that I've had on my list of shit to do is let's see here. Hello? Come on in. So right now it just ends. The song just ends. My plan was for sure to have some sort of like ending thing. Hey, you.
Hi.
Hey, come on in.
Good night.
Good night, beautiful.
Night.
Are you going to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, is mommy going to rock you to sleep?
And you actually press those buttons before you do that.
I got to press those buttons?
And this is so squishy for me.
It's so squishy, hey?
Yeah.
Right.
I actually love squishing it.
You love squishing it?
Yeah.
Squish, 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 squish. Mwah.
Is this still borrowing?
Borrowing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going side to side?
Yeah, it's going side to side. It's kind of rotating, hey? That's called rotation.
Can you stop it for a second?
Stop it for a second?
Yeah.
I can't. I can turn it off like that.
It still wants to move.
Yeah, it still wants to move.
Yeah.
Mwah. Yeah, but that's a really good idea. You win and then you died. Like music different based on whether you win or die is a great idea. I like that. I'm going to go say goodnight to this little goofball. And then I'm going to grab goofball number 2. Sadie, you're on camera right now. Check it out. Who's that?
Sadie.
Sadie and Dada.
And I'm just going to wing that very quick.
I'm going to close FL Studio because we're getting a little choppy here. Haha. Is that so silly?
Yeah. You can actually talk to this now. But you need to talk hello.
Here, do you want to put the headphones on?
I can't show you.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi,
Hi.
Sadie.
No.
Is that silly? She has my face. I know. I got a little mini me. Okay, let's go get you into bed, and I'll BRB. I'll throw some. I was gonna say, I'll put the background music on so we don't get yanked off YouTube here. All right, we will be right back. You'll get to meet the second one here in a sec as well. Say goodnight, Sadie Bean. Say goodnight. You want to wave goodnight? Okay, let's go get you in bed.
I'm gonna tell mommy to get me into bed.
Oh, mommy's gonna get you into bed?
I'm gonna tell.
You're gonna tell her? Okay, sounds good.
I think you're gonna. Mom, are you gonna tell me to bed? So you can tell me to bed, Daddy.
Oh, mommy is? Okay, sounds good. Good night, my beautiful. I love you. Hey, I gotta give you a kiss. I love you, gorgeous. Okay? Love you. Here's the other goofball. Yeah, that was Austin Powers. Hey, you. She just learned how to say hi. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Who's that? Is that Eden and Dada? You like the microphone too, eh? Okay, let's find somebody to raid. She is 9 months or 10 months. April, May, June. Yeah, 10 months. And Sadie is almost 3. She'll be 3 at the end of May. Hell yeah. Gerda, good to see you. Alrighty, let's find somebody to raid, guys. Thank you very much. Roman, thank you for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. It'll be back at noon my time, so that's I think 1 p.m. Eastern now. Or wait, I can't remember. Noon Saskatchewan time. And then Thursday we'll be back at this regular time, 7 p.m. Saskatchewan time. Pixel, yeah, it's good to see you, bro. Hell yeah, Roman. My banjos are still in the shop, so tomorrow will be a just a coding stream, and then I think Peter said they'll be done tomorrow. So then Friday we'll be back. We'll do like normal banjo practice and then game dev. Let's find somebody to raid here. Get that raid message from Priscilla. Let's see who's online. Who do we got? Are any of our game dev homies online? Noise is on. Waffle Dragon's on. You know what? Let's raid Noises. I don't see him online very often. He's a cool guy. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Auntie Ladane, Priscilla Solo, Gerda, Roman. Did I say Priscilla? I think I did. Teddy, Pixel, Alex, Krush. Anybody I'm missing, I apologize. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow at noon, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.